Welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of insane performance cars and a little healthy rivalry, then you're in the right place. Before we dive into the latest showdown between the Corvette and Mustang, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. And hey, if you've got a buddy who needs to hear about the latest American car battle, go ahead and share this video with them. We're all about spreading the car love here. Now, let's get into it. Well folks, it's time to pop some popcorn because the battle for American muscle supremacy just got a whole lot juicier. Ford's Mustang GTD was once perched at the top of the American performance mountain after breaking the 7-minute barrier at the Nürburgring. But before they could even start celebrating, Chevrolet's Corvette waltzed in, shattered the records, and sent Ford's GTD packing. And let's just say, the Vet didn't just beat the Mustang, it made it look like a kid in a go-kart. Here's the rundown. Chevrolet's Corvette ZR1 and ZR1X didn't just break the records. They took them, stuffed them in a duffel bag, and ran off with them. The Z06, the mildest of the trio, posted a respectable 7:11.826 lap time around the 12.9-mile Nürburgring track. Fine, but we all know that a sub 7-minute lap is the holy grail. Enter the ZR1, which effortlessly clocked a blistering 6.50763. And then, just when we thought Chevrolet was done flexing, the ZR1X came in like a wrecking ball, smashing the record with a time of 6:49.275. Yes, that's almost 3 seconds faster than the Ford Mustang GTD, which managed to crawl its way to a 6:52.072 lap. Now, here's where it gets extra spicy. These incredible lap times were set by non-professional drivers, Chevrolet's very own engineers. Yes, Brian Wallace, Drew Cattell, and Aaron Link, 3 engineers who usually spend their days tuning these cars, got behind the wheel and did something Ford's race car drivers might have trouble doing, making history. Chevy didn't need race car drivers to break records. They just needed their engineers, and they proved that Corvette's performance is so insane, even regular folks can pull it off. That, my friends, is a flex of epic proportions. But let's take a moment to talk about how Chevrolet pulled this off. Because let me tell you, getting these Corvettes ready for the ring wasn't as easy as dropping them off at the track and saying, go ahead, do your thing. No, this was a logistical nightmare, the kind of behind-the-scenes chaos that would make any normal person break into a cold sweat. First, Chevrolet didn't just send one car, they sent 3, the Z06, ZR1, and ZR1X. Now, if you've ever tried to coordinate a road trip for yourself, you know how much of a headache that is. Imagine doing that with 3 high-performance supercars, shipping them across the world to a foreign country, and hoping the weather doesn't decide to turn into a storm. But that's exactly what Chevy did. 3 months before the trip to Germany, the engineers were already prepping. They practiced with simulations, trying to familiarize themselves with the track and the cars. Because, let's face it, you don't just roll up to the Nürburgring and expect to set records. Once the Corvettes hit the ground in Germany, the logistics nightmare began. Each car needed to be kept in tip-top shape and ready to go at a moment's notice. And that meant shipping not just the cars, but an entire support operation. Chevy didn't pack light. Oh no, they brought in 8 tire ovens, just to ensure that the tires were warm enough to handle the track's grueling demands. Tire ovens, people. We're talking about some next level prep here, and it didn't stop there. Each car had its own dedicated team to make sure everything, from the tire temperature to the engine cooling, was perfect. The team even had to bring in large fans to cool down the engines after every lap. You know, no big deal. And because this is the Nürburgring we're talking about, Chevrolet had to stay vigilant about the track surface temperature and constantly monitor the weather. One wrong move, and they could have been looking at a disastrous lap time. So, yeah, it wasn't just about sending the cars and hoping for the best. It was a full-blown military operation, and it worked. To everyone's shock, except Chevy's, the results were record-breaking. Oh, and just in case anyone thought the ZR1X's hybrid powertrain was its crutch, the lap times proved otherwise. Despite adding weight, the ZR1X still smoked the Mustang GTD. In fact, it's almost too close to call between the ZR1 and ZR1X in terms of lap times, even though the ZR1X has 186 more horsepower. The hybrid tech didn't slow it down as much as some might have thought. Instead, it made the ZR1X just a touch more complex, but still unbelievably fast. Talk about having your cake and eating it too. Now, let's talk about Ford for a second. The Mustang GTD might have had its 15 minutes of fame, but now it finds itself scrambling for answers. This is supposed to be Ford's golden child, the car that took on the best of the best and showed everyone that the Mustang can hang with the big boys. But Chevy's ZR1 and ZR1X just came in, lapped the ring, and walked off with the crown. The Mustang GTD is left standing there, trying to pretend that 3 seconds doesn't matter. Spoiler, it does. So what's next? Well, this rivalry is far from over. Ford's already made it clear with their game on attitude that they're not going to sit idly by while Chevrolet runs away with all the glory. But Chevy, with its no-nonsense approach and engineers behind the wheel, has set the bar high. And frankly, it's going to take a lot for Ford to catch up. The Corvette is now in a league of its own, and Ford's Mustang GTD has some serious homework to do if it wants to get back into the game. This rivalry is going to keep us all on the edge of our seats for years to come. And honestly, I can't wait to see what these two manufacturers have up their sleeves next. Until then, though, the Corvette has just shown that the American performance car world is no longer a one-horse race. And Ford's Mustang, well, it's got some serious catching up to do. Alright, now it's your turn. What's your opinion? Do you think Chevy can hold onto their crown as the fastest American car at the Nürburgring? Or is Ford gearing up to snatch that title back? Or maybe, just maybe, Dodge has something cooking that will surprise all of us. Viper-like. Wink, wink. Let us know in the comments. And that's a wrap, folks. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. We can take it. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the Dodge Viper will make a comeback from the dead and set a better lap time? And if you want to catch up on previous episodes, I'll leave them up on the screen for you. Seriously, thank you for watching to the end. It means the world to us. Whether you're here for the laughs, the news, or just to hang out, you're part of the Friends with Benefits family. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep driving, and remember, if the car you're driving doesn't make you feel like a superhero, you're driving the wrong one. Friends with Benefits, driving off.